Buy clothes that are easy to care for. There are clothes that can be thrown in the washer and dryer and come out new. And there are others that need to go through a specific cleaning process, like dry cleaning to keep quality. The latter is often more costly and goes against minimalism because it takes more effort and more of your precious time. So when you're buying clothes, make sure that they can tolerate regular cleaning to help keep your life minimal and simple. Clean throughout your day. It's common for people to have specific days for a full house cleanup, but it's more efficient and easier to clean up as you go. For example, you may notice that your dining room table is a little dirty. Instead of leaving it, take 5 minutes to clean it up. Be a conscious consumer. One of the things that make people knee-deep in stuff is not being conscious of their purchases. A lack of awareness leads to buying without really thinking about why you're buying an item. To become more aware of why you need a specific item, always ask yourself what purpose it will serve for you. If you can't come up with a good reason for it, then don't buy it. Reevaluate your systems. We all have ways of doing things around our home, like doing the laundry every other day or running the dishwasher before bed. But these systems can become problematic over time, causing you to slip out of minimalism. For instance, you may cook meals every night for yourself and your family, but you find it taxing. So you reevaluate your system and start meal prepping to have more time for yourself. Be okay with being less busy. Minimalism typically frees up your time because it makes your life as efficient as possible. However, you may find you have too much time and you find yourself being busy without having to be. It's important to remember that it's okay to not always have something to do. Having more time means you can spend more time with your family, or you can learn some new skills that you actually enjoy. Limit kids' things to their bedroom. A big issue that many parents face is that their kids simply have too many things. This can easily cause a ton of clutter that would take forever to clean up. So you put it to the back of your mind so you don't have to face cleaning it up. But there's a way around this dilemma. It's to set a limit to your children's things, like toys, clothes, and books, in their bedroom. If they want something new and it can't fit nicely in their bedroom, they either can't get it or they'll have to give up something for it. Keep things that give value. It's totally normal to make a regretful purchase of an item that gives you no value. But if you keep the item, it ends up taking up space that can be freed up for more useful items. It can be hard to know sometimes if an item is valuable to you or not. But a good rule of thumb is that if you've used an item at least once over the course of 6 months to a year, then there's some value. Learn to enjoy chores. Chores aren't usually something that most people enjoy, but it's not far-fetched to say that they can be. Learning to enjoy chores can bring a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction to your life. By focusing your mindset on how you're keeping your home clean for you and your family, or doing something that makes you feel good, you can start looking forward to doing chores. Simplify difficult tasks. A difficult task is different for everyone, but the common thing for everyone is we likely don't want to do them. Instead of avoiding them entirely through thought, learn to simplify them. Most difficult tasks can be broken down into simple steps, which can free up your time and get those things done. For instance, decluttering your basement that hasn't been cleaned for a few years may be difficult, but instead of tackling it in one shot, you can break it up over several days, tackling one box or area on a given day. Have a spot for items in different parts of the home. It's normal to have things in a room that you spend a lot of time in that belong to another, and having a spot for those things can change everything. This is because it'll make tidying up your home a lot easier, and you'll find your house gets cluttered a lot less quickly. You can have a specific basket, and at the end of every day, you can bring all the items you place there to their proper spots. Clean after you eat. One of the most tedious tasks anyone can do is cleaning up after making food. Not only does it take a long time, but it always feels like you could be doing better things with the time it takes to wash dishes. A way around this is to clean up immediately after you eat. As a bonus tip, you can clean up your dishes while you are cooking to make the after-dinner cleanup even easier. Make mindful purchases. How often do you think before you make a purchase? We're sure there are cases for most of you that you put thought into buying something like a car or a home. But what makes a day-to-day item any less worthy of thought? Putting the same effort and thoughts into all your purchases, you'll find that you'll buy much less. And everything you buy will fit well in your home and will be very high quality. Focus on what you want to keep. Sometimes focusing on what you want to get rid of can make decluttering a pain. It's hard to let go of things we possess, which also makes it more likely not to let go of something, ultimately defeating the point of minimalism. A great way around this is to focus on what you want to keep as you declutter and make it a positive experience. Make daily tasks easier. We all have daily tasks that need to be done daily, like cleaning up the kitchen or brushing our teeth. It may be hard to get these tasks done because of other life priorities, or simply a lack of motivation from the tediousness of the task. But a way around this is to break up complicated tasks into small segments. For example, if you hate cleaning up the dishes while you cook because of how big the pile gets, then clean up as you go. If you use a bowl to whisk some eggs, then as soon as you're done with it, put it in the dishwasher. Don't swap tasks. It can be hard to find a groove when you're doing work or chores, and you may frequently switch from task to task. Unfortunately, research has shown that it causes you to take longer to finish any task because it's harder for your brain to keep up. On days you have a lot of things to get done, focus on getting one thing done at a time. You can plan and go into detail about how much time you want to spend on each task, and even at what specific time you'd like it done. Grab and go. Whenever you leave a room, grab anything that needs to be cleaned up because it helps keep your house clean and clutter-free in a more efficient and easy way. For example, if you were drinking a cup of coffee and eating some cereal, when you get up, bring the dishes into the kitchen before you leave for work. Keep out-of-season clothes in storage. Moving your stuff into storage as the seasons change is an effective way to keep your closet clutter-free. Having clothes for all seasons, for example, having big socks, boots, or jackets for the colder season mixed with summer attire takes up a lot of space. By getting a box bin, you can store season-specific clothes and keep them out of the way. Use gateway storage. Gateway storage is a place to store your maybe items that you aren't sure you need. This is a great way to find out if you need or want any of the items in there. If you reach for an item in the maybe pile, chances are you can keep the item. To do this, get a bin or box and label it as the maybe pile. And if you don't use an item there within 3 months, then you can get rid of it. Change isn't always necessary. Seeking out new things can be thrilling, but it won't give you lasting happiness. It just turns into an endless cycle, where when you get something new, you get bored of it, and then look for another new thing, ultimately turning you into a high-level consumer. Instead of seeking new thrills, find new experiences and enjoyment in the things you already have. For instance, you can read a book you really enjoyed 5 years ago to experience it with new insight. Use season changes as a chance to declutter. As the seasons change, see what you used in the season when storing it away. Chances are you didn't use all the attire you have available, which can help you declutter. Do this by going over the items you have. And if you find items that you didn't even know you have, then it's best to get rid of them. Bundle tasks together. A unique way to get annoying tasks done more easily is to bundle them together with things you enjoy. For example, find tasks you enjoy, like listening to music or podcasts, and pair them up with a chore like cleaning the bathroom. This way, you may even start looking forward to those tasks you once hated doing. Enjoy open space. The goal of minimalism is to only own what you really need. But realizing how little you need can be daunting, and it's easily noticeable by how empty your home gets. However, learning to enjoy the open space can help you become more conscious of what you really need in your life, making it easier to save money and avoid unnecessary purchases. Use what you have first. If you already have a set of dining room plates, then do you really need to get the cute set that's on sale at your favorite store? It can be tempting to buy nice things that you see at the store, but using what you have first will not only bring the highest value out of the item you own, but also curb any impulsive spending you might make. Collect memories instead of things. When trying to save money, it's easy to forget what you're saving for. Most of the time, it's to have a more enjoyable life when you share moments with friends and family. Ironically, by practicing minimalism, you don't have to wait until you get rich to enjoy time with your family. For example, instead of going out and spending it on entertainment, you can enjoy free activities with your friends and family. Repurpose items when you can. All items served at least one purpose, but in most cases, those items can be repurposed for something else. For example, if you're an avid gardener, you can use egg cartons to start your seedlings. You can save a lot of money, the environment, and time by repurposing items when you can. Plus, you end up keeping your home clutter-free. Be confident in being minimalist. It's inevitable that you'll hit some brick walls when practicing minimalism, but unfortunately, those brick walls are usually people who try to discourage your minimalist habits. While the opinions of your friends and family matter, it's important to be confident in your minimalism. Not only will this set your habits in stone, meaning you'll have no problem practicing them, but it'll make you feel better about your choices, thus making minimalism something that can be long-lasting in your life. When you're done with something, get rid of it. There are times when a perfectly good item may no longer serve you. Instead of holding on to it, in the hopes that it'll give you use again in the future, it's best to get rid of it. Since the items are usually still functional, instead of throwing it away, you can sell it through an online marketplace like Craigslist. Items typically sell quickly, especially if they're still useful, meaning you'll be decluttering and making money for it. If you want to learn more unique ways to make money, then subscribe to Investors Weekly. Keep counters clean. It's so easy to get a counter full of things you don't need, but it's also just as easy to keep them totally empty. The best way to keep your counters clean is to always put away items you don't need. If you feel it's a hassle to, let's say, put away a toaster, then it may be good to invest in some shelving units to have easy access to it while making your home more organized. Get comfortable saying no. This is a word you'll be saying a lot as a minimalist. If you've seen any videos of people practicing minimalism, you'll see how empty their homes are. Now, if you turn to your regular day, you're faced with tons of ads and stores that push consumerism. And every time you walk by a store or ad and don't buy what they offer, even if you want to, that's you saying no. Fortunately, by mastering the art of using the word no, you'll be much happier with what you already have and save money in the process. 10. Pack light when you travel. Whether you're traveling to the grocery store or to a different country, packing lightly is a great minimalist habit that will help you avoid chaos and even overspending. For instance, instead of bringing a purse with a bunch of credit cards, debit cards, sunglasses, or used tissues, you can stick to bringing a small wallet with only the cash you need for shopping. This will make it easy to stay on top of budget and buy only what you need. Before I share the last, most rewarding tip with you, let us know in the comments below what is your favorite minimalist habit you recommend. Meal plan. You've heard the saying, a little planning goes a long way, and it should be no surprise that this is just the case with food. As a start, meal planning will help you practice minimalism. By only buying food that you'll need for the week, it'll help you free up time for cooking and cleaning, and it'll help curb costs by using up everything you have. What's not to love about meal planning?